As many as 27 people are dead after yet another school shooting. The gunman killed his father at home before heading to the school to shoot his mum, then many children.
Now, it happened in a place called Newtown in the state of Connecticut. That's about an hour ago. An hour ago, a clearly emotional Barack Obama fronted his nation.
This afternoon, I spoke with Governor Malloy and FBI Director Mueller. I offered Governor Malloy my condolences on behalf of the nation and made it clear he will have every single resource that he needs to investigate this heinous crime, care for the victims, counsel their families. We've endured too many of these tragedies in the past few years, and each time I learn the news, I react not as a president, but as anybody else would, as a parent. And that was especially true today. I know there's not a parent in America who doesn't feel the same overwhelming grief that I do. The majority of those who died today were children. Beautiful little kids between the ages of 5 and 10 years old. They had their entire lives ahead of them. Birthdays, graduations, weddings, kids of their own. Among the fallen were also teachers, men and women who devoted their lives to helping our children fulfill their dreams. So our hearts are broken today for the parents and grandparents, sisters and brothers of these little children, and for the families of the adults who were lost. Our hearts are broken for the parents of the survivors as well. For as blessed as they are to have their children home tonight, they know that their children's innocence has been torn away from them too early, and there are no words that will ease their pain. As a country, we have been through this too many times. Whether it's an elementary school in Newton, or a shopping mall in Oregon, or a temple in Wisconsin, or a movie theater in Aurora, or a street corner in Chicago, these neighborhoods are our neighborhoods, and these children are our children. And we're going to have to come together and take meaningful action to prevent more tragedies like this, regardless of the politics. This evening, Michelle and I will do what I know every parent in America will do, which is hug our children a little tighter, and we'll tell them that we love them, and we'll remind each other how deeply we love one another. But there are families in Connecticut who cannot do that tonight, and they need all of us right now. In the hard days to come, that community needs us to be at our best as Americans, and I will do everything in my power as president to help. Because while nothing can fill the space of a lost child or loved one, all of us can extend a hand to those in need, to remind them that we are there for them, that we are praying for them, that the love they felt for those they lost endures not just in their memories, but also in ours. May God bless the memory of the victims. And in the words of Scripture, heal the brokenhearted and bind up their wounds.
Barack Obama there addressing his nation on this horrific school shooting this morning in Connecticut. A lot of you writing in. I think everyone a little bit in shock this morning. Sandra says, yet another multiple shooting in the US. What does it take to make a person commit such a crime against his fellow man? Well, Sandra, against children. I mean, just imagine the evil that possesses someone.
Impossible to comprehend. The biggest names in the world, of course, are communicating the way they do now, and that's by jumping on Twitter, where they have the most reach. Oprah Winfrey this morning. Please help us to understand as we stand with these families, heal our broken hearts, and all the other big celebs around the world doing the same.
And I think that's the big question, isn't it? People are asking why? Why can this happen? How does this happen? How does a young man do this to to children. 20 children have been killed here. I mean, as a mum, I listen to this and I just, you drop your kids at school in the morning thinking, yep, pick them up and everything will be all right.
It's impossible to comprehend, Jess.
You can't. Malcolm Turnbull also has taken to Twitter and, you know, listening to President Obama, he says, who could not weep with him and all Americans at yet another tragedy. When will America act on guns?
Right, and Mark Joyella, who does occasional correspondence work for us on the morning show and across Sunrise occasionally, he's on the ground there in America. His tweet is, "Worst I've felt since 9/11. My heart is broken." Very simple tweet that probably echoes the sentiments across America right now.
Absolutely. I think we've got Michael Moore, who of course directed the movie Bowling for Columbine, has sent a tweet out only minutes away from pundits and politicians say this isn't the time to talk about gun control. Really, when is that moment? Absolutely.
All right, and Piers Morgan, CNN host, of course, is on Twitter. Don't just mourn these poor dead children, America. Get angry. Do something to stop these senseless shootings happening. There'll be a lot of correspondence in that vein this morning coming from all quarters, you imagine.